We're walking the Pennine Way, 13 days, heading north. The previous day I noticed an unusual cloud hanging over Cross Fell. Today we're heading straight for it. Joined by our friend Patrick, we'll cross the highest point on the Pennine Way, where we come face to face with the legendary Helm Wind. Then it's past Greg's hut and down to Garrigill, before following the South Tyne to Alston, where the day still has a few surprises in store. Let's go! We had arranged to meet our friend Patrick at the bus stop in Dufton. He would be joining us for the climb over Cross Fell.
There was a visitor this morning, come to get some food. Yeah, look, off he goes. And today we meet Patrick.
Bonjour! Buongiorno!
And our next walking companion, all the way from Newton Aycliffe, joined the team for the day. And we're heading to Cross Fell, forecast of gusts of 50-mile-an-hour wind, so it might be fun up there, and the clouds on the top at the moment.
Oh, there is smoke.
Here we go.
That's the Helm bar!
I knew that the cloud was the Helm bar, the distinctive cloud associated with the Helm Wind. We'd noticed it from Hike Up Nick the previous day, but now, heading for Cross Fell, it felt rather closer to home.
Headed up the fell to Cross Fell. Great Dun Fell first. Been very blowy. We're hoping, as the forecast says, the wind will drop, but we shall have to see. Just over there is Dufton Pike, and there's 5 Foot Lane. Golf balls. They said this is about the coldest we've been on the Pennine Way today. And we reached Great Dun Fell. An absolutely fantastic cycle ride, but not on a day like today. There's the whole of Teesdale. You can just make Cow Green out in the distance there, where we were yesterday with Grim. We've got around the golf balls. Cross Fell destination before Greg's hut. We're hoping by then out of this northerly wind. We've been told by a guy in the car, temperature's 5 degrees, that's a lot of wind chill.
By now that easterly wind had frozen my face into a fixed grimace. As a child I was always told that if the wind changes, my face would stay like that.
This is Little Dun Fell. We're looking across the Cross Fell to the highest point of the Pennine Way. We've certainly got the windiest day for it, and the coldest. Here comes Sue. The wind has dropped to an extent.
The highest point!
And here's the highest point of the Pennine Way. Joined by Patrick today to mark the occasion. Fantastic summit shelter. Various quadrants, so at least you can get out of the wind no matter which direction it's blowing from.
Cross Fell affords amazing views of the Lake District, and we were at least able to admire them from the summit shelter.
The summit shelter, Cross Fell, snack time.
But perhaps the best time to appreciate this place is in winter. If you're lucky enough to catch the right conditions, the summit views can be truly astonishing.
is Greg's hut. In the sunshine. I'll go and give you a tour around the hut. Who's eating the clubs again? Patrick ahead. Tour of Greg's hut. That's John Gregory himself. There's another room. With a stove in. Drying rail. Time to say goodbye, Patrick.
Bye everyone.
Oh, it's sad.
Right. Cheers. See you next week.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the walk. Yeah.
Enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah.
Hope for the wind.
Okay.
I'll report back later.
May the wind be ever at your back.
Right.
And may the track be solid under your feet.
We left poor Patrick to battle with the wind once more on the summit.
Somebody saying goodbye to people, isn't it? That's the third person now you said goodbye to.
Yeah.
But look at the weather, Dave.
And look at this.
The adventure awaits ahead. The endless track from Crossfell, which you can just see in the distance up there. And hopefully Patrick might be up there somewhere by now. We just hope it's not too windy for him still. As for us, we have more endless track to Garrigill.
Just go over the top of the hill. I think that's the Garrigill below us there. You can see the road. And then our next stage. Half a mile into Garrigill. Try and see if there's any facilities here. Oh, there's a post office.
Is it open?
And there's a toilet. It says WC there. Oh, the post office is open.
Hey.
So you maybe get some supplies here. Pots of tea and coffee to take out.
Oh, good. Very well stocked in here. Teas and coffees.
This is one of our routines. Regularly taking our boots off and socks. And making sure we're airing and drying our feet as regularly as we can. Just to stop them going too soft. Here's Sue, going into the foot ritual.
Getting socks off.
Having just purchased our coffees. £5 for all that lot. The Garrigill Pennine Way now joins the South Tyne trail.
I just wanna go out and walk with you.
And we sort of follow the river most of the way to Alston. And this is the walk to Alston. The beautiful meadows, babbling brook. Very nice.
I just wanna see your shadow next to mine. Sailing on the pavement without two weapons.
Just crossed the river and what a glorious meadow. You know what, it might be a good spot for a camp this. You can just get out of sight and do a bit of stealth camping, it will be wonderful.
The trail follows the South Tyne towards Alston. We were, as usual, constantly charmed by the lambs.
Understand the meaning on a new degree. Maybe
Woo! You get used to these styles, don't you, after 100 odd miles?
What do you prefer, Sue, style or gate?
Definitely gate.
Would you not prefer to be clambering over?
Gate.
Just for info, here's the Alston Youth Hostel. We're just walking past it on the way into Alston. Can't miss it, it's just along by the river. And looks like there's a few buildings alongside as well, maybe little cabins to stay in. As it is, we're going for the campsite in Alston. We need to get supplies as well. And we arrive at Alston in the spa. There is a cash machine there as well. Looks pretty well stocked. There's a Cumberland hotel as we come through Alston. We've been to the spa at the garage, which we've shown you, and we're headed towards the station where the campsite should be. It's the main market street. And there's another fuel station here. Suppose you could get some bits and pieces there. We're just walking back up the village now after getting the campsite. They no longer take tents.
Not everywhere can be as welcoming as Auntie Joan. Our reception at the caravan site was rather less enthusiastic. After being turned away from the campsite in Alston, we pitched well away from the town, tucked behind a wall on the open moor.
Just come off the Pennine Way behind this wall. On the open fell side, we hope to get a quiet camp here tonight. 7:15. We'll cook our tea first, leave it a bit later before we put the tent up.
And review of day 9. That was from Dufton to Alston, a little bit beyond. We met Patrick in Dufton after camping on the campsite, which was very good.
Yeah, really nice campsite.
Yeah, it was. Good facilities. Headed up to Crossfell into a gale.
An absolute gale force.
It really was, and it was really cold. Someone was actually driving up the road when we were there and said it was about 4 or 5 degrees.
My face was icy on one side.
Yeah, it really was.
Really
it was a
freezing cold.
northeasterly wind.
But lovely and clear.
Yep, blue skies, fantastic views, but boy was it windy and boy was it cold. We had a bit of a bite to eat at the summit shelter and then dropped to Greg's hut with Patrick.
Greg's hut, not impressed particularly. I don't know about you.
I think I would be if it was pouring rain.
You'd take shelter in an emergency, but not otherwise.
Yeah, it's not the best bothy in the world, but it's okay. And we walked a little further with Patrick before he left us, and we dropped to Garrigill.
Lovely spot, really lovely spot with that fantastic post office.
Yeah, really good post office. If you're going through Garrigill, the post office is open, go in there and treat yourself. And then we walked from Garrigill to Alston, and that was a fantastic walk.
Great walk, but Alston was a bit of a disappointment.
At the moment, they're not taking tents.
No, and it wasn't the friendliest reception, so
resupplied at the spa. Marks out of 10?
That's 7.
Oh, you're giving it 7. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10.
Yeah, go on then, 8.
I did enjoy it.
Because Crossfell's beautiful and Garrigill's beautiful. Just let down slightly at the end there when we arrived in Alston.
Yeah.
So yeah, a solid 8 then.
On day 10, we continue through the North Pennines, crossing fields and quiet countryside in beautiful weather. After negotiating a tiresomely boggy stretch of moorland, we reach Greenhead, where we stop briefly at the Greenhead Hotel before continuing to Hadrian's Wall. There we find one of our most spectacular campsites yet, with far-reaching views and an evening of glorious sunshine. Let's go!
Day 10. We're just breaking camp. It's nearly 6 o'clock. A little while ago, the sky was cloudless. However, we just now got a blanket of cloud over us. We think it'll burn off today, and we've promised a very bright day. This morning we're getting away, leaving no trace other than a melted patch of ground and the snow off our tent. Back onto the Pennine Way. Just about 2.5 miles out of Alston, and if you want a wild pitch, just as you cross this river, just up and around here, you're really hidden away, and there's some great wild camping spots.
Our day started pleasantly enough, through fields and past the remains of Epiacum, one of Britain's highest Roman forts, with the usual tiny lambs for company.
It's one way to keep your feet warm in the morning, standing on your mum's back. What are you going to do if she jumps up now? You do look very cute, all three of you there.
Are we in Northumberland now, do you think?
Not sure, but this was once a Roman fort. That little mound over there, into the extent of the Roman Empire now. It's a day of fields so far. Following the South Tyne railway trail as well over to our right. We're just entering Slaggyford. Blue skies appearing as the cloud burns off, 8:15. Another piece of fine architecture. Certainly back in the day people had no problems building things. Burnstone's 1/4 mile.
It's quite a change of scenery since we entered Northumberland. Much more pastoral. We found a beautiful place in the sunshine. It's absolutely cloudless. I'm just going to get the tent up to dry. But what a view. Different, green, lush, very pretty. Bit like Dave. Are you green, lush and very pretty?
I don't know, but I've got a very wet tent in my hand.
Ah! These are the moments you dream about. It's warm, it's sunny, we've got a good view, the tent's drying and we're alone. This is when camping is really, really enjoyable.
A dry tent and high spirits. However, the Pennine Way soon reverted to type, and before long we were squelching our way across boggy moorland once again.
Let's see what it's like.
Well, it's very pleasant and it's a beautiful day. Cool breeze. But by God, we've come across a hell of a bog there. And now we're having a break at High House. I do think it's
through a lot of fields and farms, quite difficult navigation. I'm back onto the open hillside again now. About 5 miles from Greenhead, we're hoping.
After negotiating a moorland full of bog, we finally reach civilization and what looks like a fairly busy main road down there. I think we're still a couple of miles away though, aren't we, from Greenhead?
Another busy road. And a mile and a bit to Greenhead. Now we stop off for a round of golf. Certainly the greens there are a little bit more manicured than the Pennine Way path is. 19, Chollersford 18, Greenhead Tea Room, we're open Monday to Saturday 10 till 3. Oh yeah, look, private rooms and dormitories available, next left. That's the Greenhead Hostel, tied to the Greenhead Hotel, and the tea room is closed.
Fortunately, the hotel was open, so we took the opportunity to put our wet feet up for a while.
Back on the National Trail. That'll just be up there. Full of coke, crisps and nuts. And it's a gorgeous evening.
Lovely.
Just heading out to Greenhead. Hopefully not too many miles before we find a nice camp spot for the night before another long day tomorrow to Bellingham. Thirlwall Castle.
Thirlwall Castle lies just off the route, but it's well worth a look if you have the time.
This is Thirlwall Castle on a beautiful night.
At Walltown there's a country park, visitor centre, public toilets, nice picnic area, all very nice. We're on spongy tarmac. Now wouldn't it be nice if all the trail was like this? Lovely spot, Walltown. Park. We reach Hadrian's Wall.
Floating, weightless.
The Centurions arrive.
Super pitch.
Tonight we're manning the wall, or personing the wall if you prefer. We'll keep guard.
So the Emperor Hadrian built a wall.
You and me.
I have a faulty mattress. I send it away. I get a new one. And the same bloody thing happens again. My mattress is deflating. Deja vu. Barely to see for the sun. You can see it's a beautiful evening. I'm trying to fix my mattress. See how that goes tonight, or if I'm lying on the ground again in the morning. Cups of tea on the go, noodles on the go. And it's lovely and warm.
Review of day 10 today.
Started off beautifully, didn't it?
It did.
Beautiful weather again.
Gorgeous.
Glorious views.
Yeah. Fantastic morning, although the tent was frozen and we were shaking the ice off it.
Very pastoral.
Was
Very pretty.
really nice first 4 or 5 miles. We stopped and dried the tent and everything was looking rosy at that point.
Yeah, it was idyllic. Until we hit the slop.
Yeah, and then over that section to Greenhead, the path deteriorated. There was a lot of bog.
And very poorly signposted. There was a lot of faffing. You can easily get lost there. You have to really keep your eye on the map.
Anyway, we then made our way down into Greenhead. The hotel was very welcoming. The weather's been stunning though all day.
Yeah. And the highlight, of course, now is Hadrian's Wall, which is beautiful. We've got an exceptional pitch here.
The sun will be setting shortly.
Marks out of 10.
Today's so difficult.
Mixed bag, yeah.
I'm going to give it 5 out of 10.
Quite harsh because this is beautiful here now.
Yeah.
And the start of the day was very good. Day of two halves, Dave.
That's why I'm giving it 5 out of 10 because the bit in the middle. I might give
bit
it,
in the middle was bad.
I might give it 1 mark for the view, so 6 out of 10.
Yes, yeah, I wouldn't be that harsh. I would say 6. Yeah.
Okay, well, you've taught me for 6 out of 10.
Let's leave it here then and hope that air mattress holds up. Do join us next time when we wake to a bright, frosty morning with mist filling the valleys below. Until then, cheerio!
Just look at this.